What's up, guys? Welcome back to another podcast episode. I'm totally just kidding. I'm totally just kidding. This is not a podcast episode. This is an update video giving you guys a rundown of what's been going on with us. I know we haven't been consistent with our uploads, and we will actually be back uploading podcast episodes. We, still plan on doing takeovers. I'm actually jumping too far ahead. Let's where do you want to start, Lucas?
Well, I think we can start by saying we do have an episode pre-recorded that is pretty much ready to go out. So don't have to worry about that. So the episode will go out, and then hopefully later more will come out. But big up for us. First thing to say is we're both marching now for WGI this season.
Yeah. Well, this video is going to come out on Sunday, but we will be making a post. It's weird. We're like pre-recording this before even Lucas. Well, I mean, your contract's kind of,
yeah,
uber vet, but yeah. So Lucas and I are both marching this winter season. Lucas, well, we're recording this on Saturday. What is today? Saturday, October 23rd. So Lucas has his last audition tomorrow. I know we're pre-recording this, but we want to make sure that we got this done on time because we want to upload this once, we know our situations with where we're at with our lines and stuff like that. But yeah, so there's a post now today, which I'm sure you guys saw if you're seeing this video right now. But going off of that, let's talk first about the podcast videos, and then we'll talk about why Lucas is marching his season and why I'm not going back to Mason. So first things first, podcast episodes. We do plan on keeping podcast episodes going. Right now, we, like Lucas mentioned, we have a pre-recorded episode that's going to come out right before Halloween, October 30th. So be on the lookout for that. Already all edited. It was one that we had done prior. So you're going to see it's like extremely outdated. I think we even talking about like the previous DCI season. So to be on our podcast, we still have that form up. If you go to our Instagram, you can find our Google Forms and you can apply to be on the podcast. But we also do have some people that are also on the wait list in terms of people we actually do want to reach out to, because I think their information would be very valuable for you guys. So stay on the lookout for that. Yeah, I guess you got the next point or something.
Yeah, so I mean, that episode is a good one. I remember when we finished recording that, we knew it was gonna be a banger. So
yeah,
look for that. But yeah, that's coming. I guess the next thing is talking about your season, Jaden.
yeah. Oh, do you want to go first or me? I mean,
I can go first. So I mean, we both kind of talked in earlier episodes saying that we weren't gonna march, or at least I definitely said I wasn't gonna march. I think Jaden was more hesitant, but I was totally against marching this season. I was ready to age out. But then, just a little switch of the brain. And now I'm back and I'm doing it one last season. Decided to go back to Mason. It's easy, it's close. I'm really just doing this just to do it. It's my last season, so I figured I might as well. And yeah, Jaden just got a contract to X, moving to Ohio, pretty big.
Yeah, no, going back to you real quick. It was funny because Lucas for the longest time was like, yeah, man, I'm not marching. I'm not doing this. I'm like, okay, well, if you're not gonna march, there's no reason for me to go back to Mason. So for me going back to Mason, let's go back before even COVID even started. So it would be March 2020. So things were fine, let's see where things go. But by the time September got around, right after DC or the quote unquote DCI season, we get messages, our texts aren't coming back. So it's like, okay, well, I guess none of us are doing this anymore. But then the virtual season, picked up. George Mason was like, yeah, we're doing like a virtual thing. And I remember none of us were like, yeah, we're not going back, especially with my experience with VDBC that we had. Like it was not worth it. Let me tell you, doing the virtual activity, it's not the same. It really is not. But you definitely do learn something with it. But yeah, VDBC really, I think, discouraged me. But I think the thing that pulled us was the fact that we had the opportunity to meet in person. Like we thought we were gonna like rehearse at Mason or something like that, but we found out that that wasn't the case. COVID started to pick up, so they ended up canceling those plans. So yeah, none of us said we were going to come back, but then it was word of mouth. Do you even remember what happened?
I remember we were all told that we were like, oh, I'll do this if this other person does it. I'll march if, say, Christian does it. I'll march if Jaden does it. And then we all pretty much went around saying that. So our texted us and they would say, oh, this person said that they're going to march. So then naturally we're like, oh, we'll march, where they never said they were going to do that. But because we like actually decided to march, then they were like, oh, they're doing it, I'll do it. So it just picked up and then we all decided to come back.
Yeah, exactly. And I knew already Lucas was already like, yeah, I'm kind of done. We did the virtual season, and by the time we finished it, it was, I don't think any of us wanted to march. I think I at that point decided, these virtual experiences, I think I'd prefer to end where I am. So I just, same thing with Lucas, just decided like, hey, let's age out, screw it. But then Brad and David, over at Colts and X, I marched with them in 19. They're like we're still, well, even now, obviously, but really good friends, and they actually reached out. They reached out and they're like, hey, like, do the X tier experience. I'm like, I'm done with this virtual crap. But I decided, if you guys aren't taking this seriously, and more so it's just like picking up new skills and juggling. So I was like, all right, I'll do it. I actually enjoyed it pretty good amount. Definitely would have preferred it in person, but it was a good vibe. And this was also around the time because we decided we were done. Like, and I think it was also financially for me. We both decided not to march Colts in 21, so we gave up our spots, and yeah. So I just decided at that point, like, I did the virtual thing, and then when they went away for a tour, or even like a little bit before, I was like, yeah, I think I want to do my age out. So yeah, I was like, let's go ahead and do it with them. And obviously, the group has been known to do really well, but like ultimately at the end, like, this is my age out, and I want to do it with the people that I've been doing this activity with. And, and then you can fill the rest of the gaps right here, Lucas.
Really early, and I was like, yes, go ahead, go to X. I think it'll be great. I'm not marching. I remember you tried to convince me to come out and audition. I was like, I'm not marching. I'm aging myself out. I'm done. And it wasn't until Indy, I think, when I first thought like, maybe I should do one more season. And then I told you, Jane, I texted you. I was like, I think I might do it. And you're like,
Yeah.
because you tried to convince me to march, and I just said, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And then last second, I decided I'm going to do it. And now here we are.
Dude, and I remember I was like, you jerk. I was telling him, I was like, dude, you're such a jerk right now. Because, if I had known, by the time Lucas was like, yeah, I'm actually doing it. And then Carly was like, who marches at George Mason, March Scouts this season. She'll be on a podcast episode. Stay tuned for that one. Sorry about promoting that real quick. But yeah, they're all like, yeah, I'm coming back. And by then, like, it was 3 weeks till X audition. So I'm like, I can't just, drop everything I'm doing. Like, like they were both very supportive of what I was doing, as much as I really wanted to march with them. But I knew that this also, like, just getting to move and getting a new scenery of things it's definitely going to be really good for me. And, like, it's going to be good for both of us. So we both get our age outs and we're both chilling out, that doesn't, just because we're away, and this leads to the last point, like, just because we're away, this isn't going to change what we're doing here. A life updates, both of us have remote jobs now, so things are going to get very different here. You guys should be looking forward to podcast episodes, content on our Instagram, takeovers coming, and see what kind of lots we can record. Obviously, like, we can't record lots for this WGI season because both of us are going to be marching, but we both definitely are looking for a team right now of people to work and do this with us. We actually have someone right now who actually is editing. I was actually the one who was editing the audio and the video. Lucas was more on charge of like the what would you call it, like the logistical side of these podcast episodes, and also getting all the Photoshop done. So we're very fortunate. We have someone on our team now who will be editing our podcast episode audios. So you guys don't have to hear us go and like and saying things like that, you know. So super excited about that. We'll and he was actually on a prior episode, so we'll definitely do more formal introductions on our Instagram.
Mhm.
But this goes to show, last thing, like we are looking for people to join us, like especially with social media. Like, you know, we can do it, but there's only so much we can do as two people. And, you know, we really need people to fill some holes. And we also mentioned this before, like we do this out of love. We haven't made a dime off of this. We I mean, we'd like to turn this into something more, obviously, you know, in regards to making this something more of a structure, you know, more structural, if that makes sense. So that way there's more opportunities for simple players. But as of right now, you know, we're obviously new to this, and well, not even new. We've been doing this since January, but yeah, we're super excited to get back into the groove of things. So
Yeah, and as you guys probably could tell, once the two of us get busy, episodes kind of stop coming out. So if we get someone that can help us, it's gonna make things a lot easier. We can make it easier to start uploading more.
yeah, definitely. Wow, that was a lot, but yeah, be sure if you guys are interested, shoot us a DM, shoot us an email at online symbol lessons. We need to change that email. It
Try.
makes no sense. But yeah, we're still also doing lessons. So if you guys are looking for lessons, like, you know, shoot us a message. I love how I said we are gonna make this in like 5 to 10 minutes. Is it 5 to 10 minutes?
I don't know, man. I'm in San Francisco time back here.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
the beach background.
yeah, dude. I forgot we're on like a 5 hour time difference. What time is it by you?
Actually, I'm an ant living in the grass, so I don't have any concept of time.
uh yeah, we're dragging this on at this point. We're just gonna end this. We'll see you guys later. Stay tuned.